This dog would choose the job over me. Every time. That sentence makes people uncomfortable. Some people hear it as cruelty, some hear it as neglect, some hear it as betrayal, and most people hear it as a failure of love. That reaction matters, because the reaction tells you how little people understand reliability. People think love means priority, but priority is about function, not affection, and confusing the two creates fragile systems. People think being chosen equals being valued, but being chosen in the wrong moment is a liability, and liabilities fail when pressure appears. People think loyalty means preference, but preference collapses under stress, and stress is the only environment that matters. People think a dog should choose them, but choosing you doesn't protect anything, and protection is the entire point of the job. People think attention equals bond, but attention is cheap, and cheap signals don't hold under consequence. People think love should override duty, but duty exists precisely because emotion is unreliable. This is where it starts to feel wrong, because people don't want to hear that love can exist without priority. They don't want to hear that affection doesn't equal authority. They don't want to hear that trust isn't proven by choosing you. They want to be chosen, and that desire quietly exposes ego. People think a dog that chooses the job over them is cold, but coldness isn't the absence of emotion. It's the presence of restraint. People think emotional attachment creates reliability, but emotional attachment distorts judgment, and distorted judgment causes mistakes. People think obedience proves loyalty, but obedience under calm conditions proves nothing, and nothing is tested until pressure arrives. Stillness is not passivity. Calm is not disengagement. Doing nothing is not ignorance. Nothing happening doesn't mean nothing is happening. What you're seeing is inhibition. What you're seeing is delayed response. What you're seeing is choice held back on purpose. This dog isn't inactive. He's withholding action until it's required, and withholding is harder than reacting. People think readiness looks alert, but readiness often looks bored, and boredom is misread discipline. People think work should be visible, but visible work usually means something went wrong, and invisible work means a system held. People think control should announce itself, but control is silent, and silence is how reliability survives unnoticed. Success looks like nothing happening. Prevention is invisible. Failure is loud. Competence doesn't perform. When the job is done correctly, there's no highlight moment, no correction, no intervention, just absence. And most people don't know how to respect absence. Here's the part people really don't like. If this dog had to choose between reassurance and responsibility, he would choose responsibility. Not because he doesn't care, but because caring isn't the job. And confusing care with function is how systems break. This is where people interfere. They see restraint and call it detachment. They see neutrality and call it lack of bond. So they try to fix it. People try to correct this. They reward the wrong thing. They slowly remove restraint. They praise reaction. They encourage checking in. They make the dog choose them more often. And the moment the dog starts choosing them, reliability disappears. Not all at once. Slowly, quietly, until the dog hesitates when it matters. This dog isn't unloving. He's disciplined. He isn't disloyal. He's committed. He isn't choosing the job instead of me. He's choosing the job because of me. And that's why I trust him.